What if the answers to life's biggest questions about purpose, identity, and meaning weren't hidden in books or waiting to be taught, but were already within you? Ralph Waldo Emerson believed exactly this when he wrote, "Trust thyself, every heart vibrates to that iron string." His philosophy isn't merely about self-confidence, it's about understanding that each of us carries a profound connection to the divine and to nature, a connection capable of guiding us toward a more authentic and fulfilled life. Even Friedrich Nietzsche, one of history's most influential philosophers, admired Emerson as a twin soul. While their philosophies differed in some ways, Nietzsche described reading Emerson's work as, "I have never felt so much at home in a book." Emerson's ideas on individuality and self-reliance have inspired generations of thinkers and remain profoundly relevant today. Let's find out more about his ideas, and if you can do me a favour and subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, it would really mean a lot to me, and it would really help this channel. Ralph Waldo Emerson was a 19th century American essayist, poet, and philosopher whose life and ideas profoundly shaped the intellectual and cultural movements of his time. Born in Boston in 1803 into a family with a long line of ministers, Emerson initially followed in his father's footsteps, attending Harvard Divinity School and becoming a Unitarian minister. However, his time in the ministry was short-lived. After the death of his first wife, Ellen Tucker, in 1831, Emerson experienced a profound spiritual crisis that led him to question traditional religious doctrines and the role of organized religion. In 1832, Emerson resigned from the ministry and embarked on a journey to Europe, where he encountered some of the leading intellectual figures of the time, including William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and Thomas Carlyle. These encounters deeply influenced his thinking, particularly his interest in individualism, nature, and the power of intuition over institutional authority. Upon returning to the United States, Emerson began delivering lectures that would form the foundation of his transcendentalist philosophy. Settling in Concord, Massachusetts, he became a central figure in the transcendentalist movement, which emphasized self-reliance, the spiritual connection between humans and nature, and the belief in an overarching divine presence that Emerson called the Oversoul, which we'll cover later in the video. Emerson's personal life was marked by intellectual curiosity and deep connections with other thinkers, including Henry David Thoreau and Margaret Fuller. His essays, such as Nature, 1836, and Self-Reliance, 1841, remain among his most influential works, offering a vision of life that challenges readers to trust themselves, embrace individuality, and seek the divine within and around them. Despite personal tragedies, including the deaths of loved ones and the challenges of raising a family, Emerson maintained his belief in the power of resilience and the ability of individuals to transcend life's difficulties. For Ralph Waldo Emerson, nature was far more than a collection of physical landscapes. It was a profound and living presence, deeply intertwined with the human spirit. In his essay, Nature, he wrote, "The currents of the universal being circulate through me. I am part or particle of God." This statement encapsulates Emerson's belief that the natural world is a direct reflection of the divine, offering a pathway to greater understanding of ourselves and the universe. His philosophy of nature challenges the view that the material world exists solely for human exploitation. Instead, he saw nature as a mirror of spiritual truth, a space where individuals could connect with the Oversoul, the universal spirit that unites all living beings. This perspective, as mentioned earlier, formed a cornerstone of transcendentalism, emphasizing that through nature, we encounter the divine not as an abstract entity, but as an intimate presence in our lives. The Oversoul, a universal spirit that connects all living beings. In his essay, The Oversoul, 1841, Emerson described it as an eternal and unifying presence accessible to everyone through introspection and intuition. He believed that each person carries a spark of the divine within, capable of guiding them toward truth and understanding. "Within man is the soul of the whole," he wrote, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life. This concept challenged traditional religious structures by asserting that spiritual truth doesn't require institutional mediation, but can be directly experienced through reflection, creativity, or communion with nature. The Oversoul also carried an ethical dimension, reminding us of our shared unity and fostering empathy and harmony. By centering spirituality in personal experience and universal connection, Emerson's Oversoul offers a timeless vision of how to find meaning and purpose in a fragmented world. Emerson believed that immersing oneself in the natural world had profound restorative benefits, both spiritually and emotionally. He argued that nature serves as a refuge from the noise of daily life, offering clarity and renewal. "In the woods, we return to reason and faith," he wrote, suggesting that stepping into nature can help us reconnect with our authentic selves. For Emerson, nature was not just a source of beauty or inspiration, it was a teacher. Observing its patterns and cycles revealed universal truths about resilience, interdependence, and the harmony underlying existence. He urged individuals to approach nature with curiosity and reverence, seeing it not as separate from humanity, but as an integral part of it. In this sense, nature offered lessons not just about the world, but about how to live with purpose and connection. His radical vision of nature also carried an implicit critique of industrialization and materialism. He saw these forces as alienating people from their innate connection to the natural world. His writings encourage us to step back from the artificial structures of modern life and rediscover the wisdom and balance that nature provides. Ralph Waldo Emerson's view of nature shares intriguing similarities with diverse spiritual and philosophical traditions, highlighting a universal recognition of the sacred in the natural world. Like Native American and pagan beliefs, Emerson saw nature as alive with spiritual significance, a space where the divine is interconnected with all life. His concept of the Oversoul aligns with the philosopher and poet Ibn Arabi's concept of oneness of being, which emphasizes that all existence is a manifestation of the divine. Similarly, the Hindu Advaita Vedanta's non-dualistic philosophy parallels Emerson's belief in the unity of the individual spirit with a greater universal essence, and also Emerson's vision of the divine as present in nature echoes Spinoza's philosophy of Deus sive natura, or God as nature. Many of you highlighted these parallels in response to my previous video on Spinoza's God, which I highly recommend, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. Your insights have helped me find these similarities between Emerson's view of nature and these traditions. These shared perspectives underscore a cross-cultural appreciation for nature as both a mirror of the self and a source of universal truth. Another key concept in Emerson's philosophy is self-reliance, which was far more than a call for independence. It was a spiritual principle rooted in the belief that each individual carries a divine spark within. He argued that by trusting one's intuition and inner voice, a person could access the deeper truths of life, to transcend superficial concerns and without reliance on external authority or societal validation. When Emerson spoke about self-reliance, he wasn't merely referring to independence in the sense of financial or physical autonomy. He was describing something much deeper, an unshakable trust in one's own thoughts, values, and inner voice. For Emerson, self-reliance was about finding the courage to follow one's own path, even when it contradicts the expectations or norms of society. In his essay, Self-Reliance, Emerson argued that each person has a unique inner wisdom that is as valid as any external authority, be it religious, academic, or social. He believed that when we defer too often to others, whether to gain approval or out of fear of standing out, we lose touch with that inner wisdom. Trust thyself, he urged, and in doing so, he emphasized that self-reliance means recognizing and honoring our own thoughts and instincts as inherently valuable. Emerson's idea of self-reliance is also closely tied to individualism, not in the sense of self-centeredness, but as a dedication to one's personal growth and values. This perspective challenges us to move beyond conformity, where we might adopt beliefs or behaviors simply to fit in and instead cultivate authenticity. In fact, he claimed, "Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind." Emerson viewed this type of self-trust as essential to living a life of purpose, strength, and authenticity. Ralph Waldo Emerson is often celebrated for his philosophy of self-reliance and individualism. However, self-reliance does not imply isolation or selfishness, and his views on community reveal a more nuanced understanding of the relationship between the individual and society. Rather, he believed that authentic relationships and meaningful contributions to the community arise when individuals first cultivate their inner strength and integrity. In contemporary terms, Emerson's philosophy of self-reliance challenges us to step back from the external pressures of social media, pursuing trends, cultural norms, or material success, and instead look inward for guidance. It's a call to silence the noise of the world and rediscover the wisdom and power already within us. Through self-trust, Emerson believed, we can achieve not only personal fulfillment, but also a deeper connection with others and with the universal truths that bind us together. I encourage you to reflect on how Emerson's philosophy might resonate in your own life. What would it mean for you to reconnect with nature, to trust your intuition, or to see yourself as part of a universal spirit? Perhaps it starts with small steps, taking a quiet walk in the woods, journaling your thoughts without judgment, or simply pausing to listen to your inner voice. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts, subscribe, and hit the thumbs up button.